There's a bar upstairs. There's outside. It's not raining anymore. I mean, we're looking for the serious people. If you're trying to make money this year, are you paying attention? You got your eyes wide open, your phone is off, and you're paying attention to what's going on, you should be in this room. If you're not, go outside. Please, go outside. Get out of our way. You know what I mean? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about how to monetize. And I want Apex to kind of, talk about a little bit of the ringtones and whatnot. Because a lot of producers, artists, they have all this music and it's just kind of sitting around and they're kind of floating around the world and it's on their MySpace and it's on this. But how do they monetize or sell or make money while they sleep per se when it comes to music?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest misconception when it comes to doing like independent artists in the music industry is the fact that it costs so much money to do this and to do that and to do this. There's a lot of things that you can do pro bono, a lot of opportunities that you can get involved with pro bono that could really make you revenue, residual revenue, which is money that just keeps on continuously coming. For example, my company, we give ringtone deals. So if you want to get a ringtone deal, it's very simple. One thing about a ringtone deal is that it's not hard to get a ringtone deal. It's a trick, or it's some work to make money or to get people to buy your ringtones. So there's ways you can seriously monetize your online revenue. There's sites out there that that pay you per stream. You know what I'm saying? So every time somebody listens and streams your music or your video, you get a certain amount in your bank account. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to doing the ringtone situation, you get paid two different ways. You get paid 50 cents per download, $5 for every subscriber that comes through you and subscribes, for your ringtones. And it's very, very easy. There's ways you can track reporting. Your best friend when it comes to doing internet marketing and online marketing is, your numbers, your accounting. You want to be able to monetize how many people are touching your website, how many people are touching your downloads, how many people are downloading your online merchandise, because at the end of the day, that's all you really have to go by. I mean, if you're a real serious artist, then numbers should be your best friend. How many people know how to count? Count money, right? Okay. So going back to Hatch's questions about how to attack these blogs and how to attack these online sites, you have to really, what I do as a marketing CEO is I think about different ways to attack these blogs to get my artists placed. And you really have to look at what people are doing out there, what people aren't doing out there, and you gotta find a certain medium that's hot, catchy. For example, I work with an artist called Clap Cognac, and we decided to go inside a booth, and make a track dedicated to the blogs. So, in interim, that's really a commercial for every single blog that's in the song. So you got to think about, what do the blogs get out of this? What do you get out of this? And that's really what you have to take. Everything should be always recorded. You want to make sure you let the world know about every single success story you have. You get placed on, all hip hop. Send out an email blast. Let people know I got placed on all hip hop. These A&Rs would want to see that. It might make them look at you more. You know what I'm saying? You want to get placed on a blog. You got a ringtone deal. You're moving. For example, I sat down with Jay-Z. I signed him for a ringtone deal. Within 2 weeks, he moved about $10,000. We mailed him a check for $10,000. You know what I'm saying? Even independent artists. As long as you're doing it right, do your research. There's a lot of different mediums out there online where you do your research, easily make money, easily. All you got to do is go to companies like us that really are, we have partners in the space, or do research yourself. I mean, you're an artist, you're serious about your craft. Google, you know how to use Google, right? Google.
How do y'all manage that as far as looking for an artist that's really going to grow and develop to be a long-lasting artist versus just a one-hit wonder person?
That's on you now. That's on them.
Yeah. I mean, really, it's more or less about the artist and how much potential they have. Because with a major label, they're looking to invest a certain amount of time into an artist. Labels at the end of the day are in this game to make money. So an artist that's hot in Minnesota, that's popping, it doesn't hurt a label to take that artist and get them the right exposure that they need. And the label is putting bait into the artist, but it's also business. So we also have a lot of artists now that are aren't really even into to what they need to be into. You know, like we said about the BDS, not that many people know about BDS. And it's a different game now. Like, you know, like you said, you know, a person can't just get signed because they're nice. They got to do the legwork. You got to be a CEO. You know, like, not in terms of I'm the CEO or whatever, but you have to think like a CEO. You got to think like a boss, and you have to really figure out, you know, what this label is going to do to take me to the next level. And you need to start applying those things over all, you know, new artists. They need to apply themselves that way.
Have that tactical approach in which you can actually garner consumers to be interested in your product, and then therefore turn that around to be able to sell it to them. How many people have heard of a Ning site? Anybody heard of a Ning site? So with a Ning site, one of the things that's cool about it is that you're able to create your own collection of data, emails, people that you can be able to then market your music to. So in turn, when you get those consumers interested enough, you can hopefully be able to sell that product to them. So, you know, today this whole panel is about, you know, different aspects of approaching new media, and I feel like most people need to make sure they understand there's a strategy that has to be involved with doing that. How many people heard of Drake? Anybody ever heard of the artist Drake? Somebody, maybe one or two people? This guy sold over 75,000 mixtapes off his MySpace page. Just imagine, even if he's selling that at $5 a pop, $10 a pop, whatever it is, that's monetizing as far as I'm concerned. So the point is that today, please make sure you're listening to these jewels. All these people up here for sure have some great information. And I know I have a ton of artists out there that's trying to figure this game out, right?
Yeah, I think what's very important, Apex brought up something about streaming music. You guys have to understand that, one, the consumer behavior has changed and is still changing. The consumer went from, you know, feeling the need to buy a physical CD to feeling the need to download a record and put it in the iPod, and now it's a new thing of, you know, a lot of consumers are content with going to any destination online, press and play, streaming the music where it is, and they're good with that. You know, 5 years from now, that will make up the majority of the revenue made, even for the major record companies, and you guys have to understand that, because the record companies understand it. That's why they do deals with YouTube and MySpace just for their streaming video and audio. So again, you know, you can find places online that have programs where you can just drive fans to your page and make money from streaming audio. You know, on the PNP, we do have such a program called an advertising revenue sharing program where a producer could get paid based on traffic, but we're not the only ones doing it. There's tons of sites doing it.
Getting it in.